Hey guys, it's LPS Awesome in Action here, and I'm here with a very special DIY, with a very special person. Welcome up, Creative LPS. In this video, we are going to teach you how to duplicate your Littlest pet shop items and make new ones. This is my very favorite DIY idea ever, so I'm very excited to show it to you. This is a DIY that Creative LPS, me, and LPS Awesome in Action made. So that means this is our idea and our idea only. But you can still use these outfits and any other designs you create in your videos, just you can't claim it as your own idea. Would you do the honors of introducing our first model?
Sure. This model is wearing a silver flower haircut with a yellow skirt.
And this model is wearing my absolute favorite thing to make in this DIY, a pair of sunglasses and also a collar.
These are the items that you will need for this DIY.
Clay that does not air dry, a lighter and a darker shade of puff paint, and any other accessory that you wish to duplicate. If you do not have the accessory, you may take any other item and use it to imprint a design into your own fashion. Also, a small container, scissors, and some Mod Podge with a brush. We will start out by making the sunglasses on this model.
These sunglasses are perfect for Littlest pet shops with long ears, or Littlest pet shops that can't wear the original Hasbro sunglasses.
Make sure the workspace you are using can get a little dirty because the clay will leave some marks. Next, flatten out your piece of clay so that it will be big enough to hold the entire shape you will be making. Press one side of your object in and roll it to the other side while pressing with your finger to make sure that all the spots will be filled with the sunglasses. Next, carefully peel away the sunglasses from your clay. The clay will leave some marks on the sunglasses. If you just soak it in water for a few minutes and rub a little soap on it, it should just go away. You might notice that there are no straps for the glasses. This way, it will be able to fit around pets with long ears. Now, take your mold. Bend the shape of the clay slightly upward. Then, take one lighter puff paint for the outside rim of the sunglasses and one darker puff paint for the inside. I will be using a pink and gray puff paint, and I got all of these puff paints at the dollar store in a pack of 3. Carefully fill in the outside rim with the lighter color puff paint. After you have done the entire rim, take your other colored puff paint and fill in the inside. It is alright if it gets a little on the rim. The side you see is the side that will be facing the pet, and you will not be able to see when the pet is wearing it. Once it is completely filled in, you have the option to make sides for the glasses. I prefer not to, so I will now leave this to dry. I usually make these in the evening, and in the morning I will take them out of the clay. Before you remove your sunglasses, make sure that your puff paint is completely dry. Then do as follows. They will be a little bit smeared from the clay and might have some holes. You can patch up the holes from the back or from the front if you'd like, but first, dip it in water that is either warm or cold and soak it until the clay comes off. Then you may also cover it in a layer of Mod Podge. After I soaked my sunglasses, I dried them off, and this is what they currently look like. Now I want to fix up some of the holes in the eyepieces, so I'm going to take the same color puff paint and fill them in. After your Mod Podge is dried, cut off the excess puff paint around the glasses. Then attach it to your pet by using your very favorite attaching material. I am going to use blue tack. Take the glasses, the side that would be facing and touching the pet, and put 2 small balls of blue tack on it. Then take the glasses with the blue tack on them and either put them right over the pet's eyes or on her forehead and push it down. Of course, this design has no sides, but you can easily make sides and attach them by either using blue tack or the puff paint itself. And you're done with the glasses. Alright, here is a quick 360 of the glasses. Since each accessory has a different way of making it, I will show you a few more on different accessories, including this next one on a collar. The next item I will duplicate is this collar. As before, flatten out your piece of clay so that it will be big enough to fit the entire collar. Roll your collar with a gap starting on the side and push it in as you go along. Make sure you take the entire impression, otherwise your collar will be too short to fit around the pet's neck. Now, as before, fill in the collar with a straight line or add some design of different colors. But you can also do that afterward. Before you leave it to dry, remember to curl the ends into a circle. Like so. Leave that to dry. Before removing your collar, make sure that the puff paint is completely dried. I waited 2 entire days for this, so I am 100% sure that this will be completely dry. Now, do as follows. Unravel the clay and bend it backwards. This will help the end come out. Then, pull the one end out. Soak it in water, and then cover it in Mod Podge if you'd like. After soaking and drying, the clay is mostly gone, and now I will cut off the excess pieces on the collar. Now I can cover the collar in a layer of Mod Podge to add some shine, and you're done! The collar is a special object because if you just put it around the pet's neck, it should stay. But it could fall off, and if that happens, use your favorite attaching accessory, which I will be using blue tack for. If you will be using blue tack for your collar, either put a few dots at the very edges, or take a strand like this, attach it to both sides, and when you put it on your pet, it'll look like a complete collar. And that's that! Here is a quick 360 of the collar. Wasn't that easy? Well, now I'm going to show you how to make a Littlest Pet Shop jacket/skirt. It can be worn both ways. So, let's get started! This is the item I will be duplicating. As before, flatten out your clay, but make sure it is very long and wide. I will use mine at this length. Next, take your item and completely unravel it until it is flattened down. If your item is old, then it may crack, so I would recommend using a newer one. Push it into your design. Then remove it. Now completely fill it up with the puff paint. You may also do a rim and designs, but it can be very hard and it can get smushed easily. Once your poncho/skirt is completely filled in, bend it into this position. This will keep it around the pet's waist once it dries. To remove the skirt/poncho, do as follows, and make sure that it is completely dry. Soak it in water for some time until the clay comes off, and optionally cover it in a layer of Mod Podge. Then it is ready to be put on your pet. Here is my current skirt/jacket, but I think it's a little too small, so I will simply go around the edges and add some more puff paint, and keep it on the clay. Adding some fresh puff paint will make it glossy, but only at the edges, and the other parts will not be. So, since it looks cool like that, I am not going to put a layer of Mod Podge on it, but you still can. Now, to attach this onto your pet, I am going to use some blue tack, and I'm going to put a dot here and a dot here. Now, to attach it, put the part with the blue tack onto the back of the pet, because that will be on the inside. Find the spot that curves in and place it over the leg. Then, press the edge down to keep the blue tack into place. This original accessory is not supposed to touch in the front, but if you would like it to, take it off of your pet, put it onto a paper or some clay, and add some more puff paint to the very front. Once it dries, you can put it back on your pet, and you're done! Alright, here is a quick 360 of the jacket/skirt. As the final item, I will show you how to customize your own accessories and make them how you like, using a simple way. So, let's get started! Use any item that could make a good imprintation that you could use to create your object. You can also take a piece of paper and put it over your pet's face and cut out a mask shape. Use that to imprint it onto your clay and create a mask. Of course, you could always just use a different style of glasses and add your own accessories, like strands coming out. But if you use the paper style, remember to remove the paper. This simple flower on this short-haired cat's hair is actually a very simple imprintation of this flower on these glasses. But in this example, I will make this small bow that I found on this accessory. I will start off by pushing this accessory into the clay to make an imprintation. Make sure that your imprintation goes in deep, otherwise your accessory will come out very thin. Next, fill in the part of the design you want with puff paint. Once your accessory is completely filled in, allow it to dry. Then, remove it as I showed you before. After that, you have the option of painting it in Mod Podge. But the fun part is that you can accessorize it however you like. So, you can make some squiggly lines coming out from the bottom of the bow and fill them in. You could also make a polka dot design or a squiggly design or any other design. So, accessorize up. You could even add some flowers or some gems next to the bow, or add many bows together to create a giant bow. Place it onto your pet as an accessory, or as an accessory for an accessory. And wherever you choose, your pet will look gorgeous. Here is a quick 360. And as I always do, once I show you the DIY, I do a little fashion show. So, here it goes! I hope this tutorial helped you and you were able to create some easy Littlest pet shop accessories. I'll have more videos like this up soon with the same idea, with the puff paint design and how to make some items without using the original hash-proof accessories. I also have a ton of other DIYs on my channel, so make sure to check them out as well. But don't forget to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe to my channel. See you in my next video. Bye!